Okay, so this is the fourth part of this January 2007 foundation paper. This is the MF or M5 paper, and we're now moving on to questions number 12 onwards. So you can have a look at question 12 and complete the table there, and then we'll show you the answer in a minute. Okay, so for question 12 rather, they're asking us to complete the table for this graph of y is equal to 2x squared plus 3x minus 7, and the table's already got quite a lot of values in it, but there's missing values for x is equal to 2 and x is equal to minus 1, so we need to work those out first. So write out the equation again, and we're going to do x is equal to 2 first. So we're going to substitute x is equal to 2. So every time we see the letter x, we're going to substitute the number 2. So the first part here is 2 multiplied by x squared becomes 2 multiplied by 2 squared, plus 3 multiplied by x means 3 multiplied by 2, take away 7. So let's work out some of these. 2 squared, you know, hopefully is 2 times 2 is 4, multiplied by 2 gives us the answer 8 there. 3 times 2 is 6, and minus 7 stays the same. So now we've got 8 plus 6 is 14, take away 7 gives us y is equal to 7. So we can write our answer in there, y is equal to 7. Then we've still got to work out when x is equal to minus 1. So again, we write out the equation again, and we're going to substitute x is equal to minus 1. Every time we see an x, we're going to substitute the number minus 1. We have to be careful now because this is a negative number. So we've got 2 multiplied by x squared now is minus 1 squared, plus 3 times x, so that's 3 times minus 1. And then we've still got to take away 7 at the end. So minus 1 squared is minus 1 times minus 1, which is 1. So that becomes 2 times 1. 3 times minus 1 is minus 3 and minus 7. So now we've got 2 minus 3 minus 7. So can you imagine you can combine the minus 3 and the minus 7, makes minus 10. And then we can add 2 to that, so we get minus 8. So we can put our answer in minus 8 into the table to get our 2 marks. And now we're ready to plot these points. So if we start at the far end, when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 7. So we've got our graph here. When x is equal to 2, y on the y-axis, so we're going along the corridor to 2, up the stairs to 7, put our x in there. The next value in the table then was x is equal to 1, y is equal to minus 2, put another x there. The next value on the table then was when x is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 7, put our x in there. And then again we've got when x is equal to minus 1, y was equal to minus 8. When x was equal to and so then the other values were x is equal to minus 2, y was equal to minus 5. So we plot all the points. When x is equal to minus 3, y was equal to plus 2. And then the last one, when x was equal to minus 4, y was equal to, the value up here is 13. So once we've drawn all the points, then we need to draw a smooth curve between them all. So hopefully you can see that I've drawn a nice smooth curve round the curve, the quadratic curve, curves round the bottom and then back up again. Okay, for question 13, if you could have a look at that, and we'll go through the answers in a few seconds. Okay, so for question 13, the key word here is reciprocal, and you need to remember that the reciprocal of a number is when you flip the number over, or if it's a fraction, you flip it upside down. So the easiest way to do this is to remember that 0.5 is the same as the fraction a half. So all you do is flip the half upside down and it becomes 2 over 1, and that we write that just as 2. So the answer is 2. Second part here is estimate. The key word here is estimate, and that's what you have to remember where you're going to round the numbers to one significant figure. So we've got the square root of 4012 over 39.8. So the first step is to round the numbers to one significant figure. This is a number in the thousands, so we're going to round it to the nearest thousand. So 4012 rounds to 4000. That's the nearest thousand. The number in the bottom is 39.8. So that's a number in the tens, so we're going to round it to the nearest 10. So that rounds to 40. And now we can start looking for numbers that divide into the top and bottom. So we can divide 10 into the bottom. 10 divided into 40 gives you the answer 4. 10 divided into 4000 gives you the answer 400. That's the same as just cancelling a naught in the top and bottom. Now we've got 4 divided into 400 gives you the answer 100. So now we've got our calculation down to the square root of 100, and hopefully you remember that the answer to that is 10. So the answer is 10. Okay, so this is question 14. As you can see, this is one where it's called a construction question. It says, using a ruler and compasses only, construct the bisector. That means you're cutting the angle in half. To bisect anything means to cut it in half. So you've got to construct the bisector of the angle ABC. And be careful here because it says, show clearly all your construction lines. So you need to have a ruler and compass. That's what that is. That's your compasses. And obviously we've got a nice sharp pencil in our compasses, and you'll need a ruler to draw the straight line at the end. Now there's a method for this that you need to learn off. And the method is how to bisect the angle. So we're looking for angle A, B, C. So this angle here is the one we're going to bisect. So we're going to put our compass in at the corner here of B, and we're going to draw a nice big arc through the two sides AB and BC. So we're interested in where that big arc there cuts the two sides of the triangle. So we can keep our compasses at the same width now. We're going to put our compass in at this point here, where the arc we drew crosses BC, and we're going to draw a smaller arc up in this part of the diagram here. Then, keeping the compasses exactly the same width, we're going to move the point of the compass to this point here, where the arc cut the line AB, and we're going to draw another arc which intersects the arc we just drew. So we're interested now in this point here where these two arcs cross, because that point and this point B, we're now going to join those up with a straight line, and that line there is the bisector of this angle ABC. So in other words, this angle here and this angle here will be exactly the same, because we've cut the angle in two. That's called the angle bisector.